Hello, friends and neighbors. Spiky Man Piper 1926 here. Smoking a pipe that you've probably never seen me use before. It's one of the little small meerschaums. And in it is something that you have seen me smoke quite a bit, Codger Corner. This poor little pipe has been through the ringer. Don't know how well you can see it. Does that help any at all? Well, right in here, there's a crack. You can't really tell on the camera, but it's a pretty decent little crack. That, it is what it is. Happy Monday evening to you, I hope. Mine has been interesting. Well, typical Monday. But Monday nonetheless. A day that the Lord hath made, nonetheless. I thought I'd tell you a little story. Well, maybe I'll tell you a story, but I'll tell you what a good portion of y'all seem to expect these days. Or the gentleman scholar particularly, he really enjoys my little stories, tales, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully you all do as well. But I have come to understand and maybe I'm slow on this. I'm slow on a lot of things, so if I am on this, I wouldn't be shocked. A wife, or a significant other, will give you just enough rope to try and hang yourself. The Friday evening, I get a phone call. It said, "Hey, we're just rolling in to throw some clothes in a bag, and we're going to Columbus." I said, "Columbus? What for?" She says, her stepmother has invited us to come up. Oh, wow. Well, I'll throw some clothes in the bag. She said, "Oh, you're not going." I said, "Okay." She said, "You haven't touched that grass for a while, and it's starting to look like nobody lives there." Okay. I need you to cut grass on Saturday. Alright. And go to Lowe's. We need to do something with the grass growing in the rocks. We need some weed killer. Okay? So, I don't care to cut grass. Or, it's not something like I've been putting it off. It's just I've been working on other things, or it's rained like a downpour, or just, I've gotten in too late, so it's not like I keep on putting it off. I just haven't had the opportunity. But you're going to stay. Okay, yeah. Well, then she got home and then decided, well, she didn't say that you couldn't come. And rigmarole. And I don't want you mad at me. And it went from, I don't want you mad at me, to when she came home, she said that our stepmother said, sis, you should have let him come. You made a mistake. That grass will still be there. So it went from I don't want you mad at me to coming home mad at me. Because not anything I done, but, dealing with her stepmother. Just enough. And then, of course, kept up to date, or at least attempted to how's the grass cutting coming? How's it coming? Well, whenever she first asked me, I said, well, it's slow, because it was. I was working on a lawnmower. Because we don't buy brand new lawnmowers, we just buy ones to work on until it dies, and then you buy another one that's beat to death and try and fix that. And yeah. God forbid I have something new. I can just, go in, start it up, do what I need to do. And it just doesn't work that way. At least it don't seem to in my house. So, but they had a good time. I'm glad they went. It's apparently nice up there. Because she's not right in Columbus. She's, outskirts, but nice enough. And then in coming home, she tells me, or, when she comes home Sunday morning, comes home, changes clothes, and we pack up and go to church service, that they had a big supper of fresh pole beans and potatoes and cucumbers and onions in vinegar water, and I think cornbread and fried squash, I think. Just a big old what you'd call like a garden meal. Everything come out of the garden, which I haven't had that in years. And my response to her in so many words was, where's my plate? She said, your plate's still up there. I said, you didn't bring me home? She said, no. But it was tasty, I'd let you know that. I'd about make that 2-hour drive just for that plate. Oh well. Get there eventually. But the main part of the grass is mostly mowed. I mostly have a good operating lawnmower. And I actually took an evening and stayed up a little later and pulled out the old video game system. Shh, don't tell her. And might have played a game or two, which I haven't done in 2 years, I think. Something like that. Because, I don't have time, and, I don't have to. I don't sit there and play video games. So, but to be able to do it without, someone crawling on me or having me hollering at me, that was nice. But anyway, I'm not talking about all that. A few years back, we were doing an installation in a home, putting a couple stair lifts in, and I was waiting on my buddy to finish up his part, or his lift, and I got to looking around, and out of the corner of my eye, a pipe propped up in her little study room. You could just see it. I said, this your dad's or something? Oh yeah, I got that from my daddy. I forget how many years ago she said, but so many years ago. I said, do you care if I look at it? She said, oh no. It was a Peterson meerschaum, but if you all know anything about it or don't know, or however, Peterson used to use the African meerschaum, so it would like pre-burnt on top, just blackened on top, and but it's still meerschaum, just not like super duper high quality like what you'd get carved today. I don't know if you can pull any of those out or not, but that's the older meerschaums, or older manufactured meerschaums, I guess. Because if you look at the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, what was that? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or Van Cleef, those meerschaums, those all were the African meerschaum, where it would, they'd like burn or color or whatever the top of it. So, but I said, ma'am, if you ever think about getting rid of it, I'd buy it off of you. He said, oh no, I won't get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. But she told me that her daddy dropped it one time and broke, like it split right in through here and just cracked off. He got super glue, glued it back, went back to smoking it after it dried. So I figure if this crack's too bad or whatever, I can put me some super glue on it, it'd be just fine. And the way she didn't know what he typically smoked, but it sounded like he probably smoked Old Dublin or something with a lot of kid, because she said it smelled very smoky. And in her words, she said it liked to gag you. So it sounded something like something with a lot of kid. So I've got to go home and do some work. You folks take care of yourselves. Hopefully your your evening is nice, quiet, and peaceful. And remember, folks, it costs us nothing to be kind.